All right, we got a Dynamite Comics video for you today. We have about 4 long boxes lined up. One for Deja, one for Vampirella, and one for Sonja. And then this is like everything else, Dynamite. I've already kind of gotten started, but I'll just kind of run through some covers, mostly Parrillos. You know, he's the Dynamite King. We'll just buzz through these real quick. Sorry if you can't see them too good. Doing as well as I can with the angle. I've been collecting Parrillo for about 6 years now. I prefer the Dynamite stuff he was doing around 2001, which was kind of halfway between, no, in 2001 he was surfing in Italy. I don't even think he was doing this kind of thing. 2011. But I kind of consider that the golden age of Parrillo covers. I really think his strong point rests in kind of gothic, dungeonesque, peril, and torturous covers. This one has a nice Rosetta flair to it. Most of these I've already kind of figured out. As far as this Marvel and DC Comics stuff goes, it's great. It's not nearly as moody or forlorn as this kind of stuff. It's kind of like Stevie Wonder, how he had his Motown era, and then he had his classic era with Inner Visions and Music of My Mind, and then he had his commercial era doing I Just Called to Say I Love You for The Woman Wore Red with Gene Wilder. It's all really good stuff, but it's that early 2010s. A lot of these are also by Frizen, who I also think her best work is with, Red Sonja, Vampirella, but I also still like her Marvel and DC stuff. I don't know what it is about these properties. I'm definitely not into, wizards and sorcery kind of stories, but I do like barbarians. So, I've never sat through Lord of the Rings. My brother enjoys them, but I remember the first time I saw Conan and stuff like that. It's just more my style. To each their own. So there's a nice Jim Ballant, David Mack, Parrillo. This would be an example of a newer Parrillo. It's a little softer. His touch is different, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. In fact, he's about 70% of how he used to paint, which is not bad for an artist to maintain 70% of what they were in their prime is not bad at all when you consider the decline a lot of artists have. Okay. So those are Sonja's. Let's do the Vampirellas, and then we'll start sorting some Dejas, and then we'll definitely be on to some other stuff. I have one of them on my wall. Probably his masterpiece of cleavage, but newer. He's that Korean artist. Shannon Mirror. Going a little quicker. I'll stop when I see something good. The Frizz. Ichimamoto. Faye Dalton. These are all Vampirellas. Christy Zulo. Adams. The Frizz. Signed by Joshua Middleton. One of my favorites. This cover is one of my favorites of his. This was my favorite cover of 2020, I think. It's amazing how many models it seems like Parrillo uses. Maybe my favorite cover of Parrillo's in the early days. It's amazing how many models he's based Vampirella's face off of, you know. You'll never see the same Vampirella face twice, really. Signed by David Mack. Mayhew, he did a really nice Vampirella for a while. I also have all my Harris Vampirellas I gotta sort through as well. Not a big fan of the cosplay covers, but Seeley did the sketch cover for me. Tim Seeley. Some Vampirella covers are pretty ho-hum. That's a nice Frizz. This is the only time Jenny's ever done Deja Doris, but that is a beautiful Sonja. Ho hum, the Frizz, the mid, the Frizz, 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 Frizz. Ho hum, ho hum. Alrighty. Now, for my personal favorite, if you like the exotic beauties, you cannot beat Parrillo's Deja Doris. Gentlemen, his Deja Doris. In a dark universe, Lucio Parrillo's Deja Doris is a torchlight through eternity. I don't know what it is. It's the best. Warlord of Mars. I've had these scattered out for so long. I doubt I have a complete story. I really just bought these for the Parrillos. You know, please forgive me. I realize that sounds very shallow, but these covers. Joe Jesco's got a nice Deja Doris. Parrillo. It's a nice one. An early Parrillo. See, 2012, this is the epitome of Parrillo to me. I don't know, maybe some people like The Batman Who Laughs. They think that's Parrillo at his finest. That's fine. This is recent Parrillo. He's been outlining his oils a little bit more. It's more of a shorthand if you look at it. maybe some digital manipulation, but he still goes over everything with that lacquer to seal it in. Just go. It's all traditional and just, you know, he does a little touch up. He's a modern man. Alejandro Garza. Recent Parrillo. Beautiful lighting on this Parrillo. He lit those oysters from here to heaven. This is really hard to find one, but it started popping up about 3 years ago. They started getting more and more common, but still scarce. I remember the first time I got one, I couldn't believe it. I really thought the comic didn't exist, which sounds silly now, but it used to be really difficult to find. Most of these are, you know, ratios, 1 out of 4, not like A and B covers like now. All right, so now we're into some new waters. Let's see. So there's a Catwoman Vampirella, that would be Harris. There's a Sonja, a Garza. AG Surfer got this signed for me. Mars Attacks would be something else. Jungle Larson, Vampirella. I got Kate left to sign this in Long Beach, and Chrissy Zulo signed this. JP got this signed for me in Washington State, I guess. I can't remember. Jennifer Blood. Deja. That's the best Jesco Deja, I think. Sonja. I know it seems like I'm being rough on these, but most of these are in 3 boards at least. Sorry, I realize I'm looking at these sideways, but like I said, I really didn't have a lot of camera options. Harris. May you signed this for me a couple years ago. This is from him at 02. Vampirella Dynamite. That's Harris. Garza. Witchblade, Red Sonja. Sonja's over here. Queen Sonja. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. He just doesn't quite paint like this anymore. It's not a sign of wear. He's every bit as good. It's just he just sees things differently. Betty, Deja, Sonja, Sheena, Deja, Sonja, Garza, Jennifer Blood, Dynamite. Let's keep trucking. Parrillo on Tarzan. Sonja, Warlord, Jen Blood, Warlord, Deja, Red Sonja, I'll put this under Sonja. Sheena, Harris, what is this? Harris Comics. Okay, Harris, Airborne Sapper comic fan got this one for me. There it is. Hurrah, hurrah. This one's signed by Vampirella in 1993. This one's signed by Arthur Saddam. Harris. Chaos. That would be with Vampirella. This is not a bad cosplay cover. It almost looks like a painting. Vampirella, Red Sonja, Deja. Whoa, these are heavy. Okay. Vampirella. Signed by Arthur Adams. Who helped me with that? Murph helped me with that. These are a gift from PGH, my buddy. Don Vampirella. Gen Blood. Sacred Six. That's basically Vampirella, I think. Vampirella. Sheena. Vampirella. Sonja. Pep Boy. Lady Zorro. Dynamite. Sheena. I love the lighting on this, the filtered lighting through the leaves. This is a Shane McManus cover. He did some Sandman and some Swamp Thing in his time. Vampirella, Lady Z, Sonja, Warlord. This one has a remark by Mike Mayhew. Vampirella. Signed by Mayhew. Scott's Comics exclusive. This was a gift from Mr. Fens the Spook, my buddy Fens. Thank you, Fenzy. This guy Fabiano does a really nice Vampirella. 2013. It'd be nice. These are hard to sort. There's a lot of different series. Kid you not. You gotta just look up the year, and you gotta go on Comic Vine and find out what series was from that year. Jelena Gervaic. Umbrella. Frizz just nailed this one. When I saw where she was signing it, I blushed. I thought, wow, that get down the Frizz. She placed that with that orange. Man, my face was flushed from red blush. Mayhew. Who's this guy? What's his name? He works with his wife. Dodson. Not like a wiener dog, Dodson. Don't you be calling Terry Dodson a wiener dog. Okay. Frizz and blue. I just fell in love. Look at that. Look at what a nice idea in that blue. My God, Frizz. Yeah. Wow. I told her this was my favorite. I told her it was a startling accomplishment A truly exceptional painting. She's very modest. She doesn't think much of it. When she explains her technique and how she does a charcoal rendering and scans it and then paints it digitally, she doesn't really think there's anything interesting about it. But it's the result, you know? Is that Fabiano guy. This guy's pretty good. Giovanni. That is a good Parrillo. This will be a difference between the old stuff and the new stuff. Doesn't this look like a 200-year-old painting? And this looks like something that was made last year or so. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. Could just be maybe they don't make a certain kind of brush anymore. Or he just applies it differently. I really don't know. It's not that I'm criticizing him. I know what I like, you know? Alright, Parrillo. Oh, Panther I like. Fairy Tales. Linsner. Oh, Paul Renaud. He's good. This one was a biatch and a bunch to find. I looked for this one for 8 months. I don't know why I couldn't find it. Very graphic. She's sewing her own chest from having removed her utmost heart. So this one's considered one of his best. It's nice. This one's really gotten some popularity. This is a 33%, so this was a 1 in 3. It shouldn't be too hard to get, but I don't know. Dynamite was just kind of starting at the time, maybe. I don't really know. Dynamite's got good licenses, though, I gotta say. Another one of those. Sonja. So it looks like we're gonna hit a. Wow, that looks like Scarlett Johansson. Little Scarlett-y Joe. Sonja. Here's a nice Tim Bradstreet. Jen Blood, I like. Everything's really convincing about that one. Sonja. This is a really good Sonja. This one always made me think like, you know, swashbuckler, high seas Sonja. That's an Eastman. Here's one of the really dark, modern Vampirellas. Dark modernism. Queen Sonja. Red Sonja. Swords of Sorrow. Tygos Vampirella. Panther. This was from D's. It's an okay Adam Hughes. I don't know. I think Adam Hughes lost his fire by that point. Alright. Mayhew. Jusco. Airborne gave that to me. From PGH. That short-lived 5th series, volume 3. It only ran like 6 issues. They tried a new concept with her. It was like Van Helsing, Vampirella or something. People thought it was stupid. Garza, Renaud, Fabiano, Garza, Renaud, Lucio Parrillo, Billy T. I think that's a Finch, maybe. Cover Johnny Desjardins. That's J. Scott, Renaud, Fabiano. Is that Renaud? Fabiano. No, it's a Renaud. I messed that up. Renoir. Yo. Hey, Manar, what are you doing there? Bruce Timm. Rebirth. Oh man, I better take care of this one. Oh shoot. Bruce Timm. I'm gonna try to get this one signed. This is actually an Image comic, but it's a Parrillo, so it kind of ended up with these. Whatever. I'll just put it with this one. Vampirella. I never confirmed it, but I always thought this was a visual reference to a scene from Kill Bill volume, one of the volumes. Warlord of Mars. Is that Faye Dalton? Is it Jim Ballant? Betty? There's more Billy Tucci. Something. And that's a nice make you. Anyway, I probably have some more somewhere. I have another short box. This video is probably barely watchable. It's a mad angle. Deja. Who's that guy? Cho and Art Germ. Anyway, that's about a video. Thanks for watching. What was your favorite? What was your favorite of the Parrillos? I'd be curious to know what you consider Parrillo's best Dynamite cover of Vampirella, Red Sonja, or Deja Torres. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you're able to turn your phone and maybe zoom in, because I know this is not ideal for you. But anyway, have a good one.